Hi, Control Tons community. This is Ken Smyers with Roger Revenak, and I'm very, very excited to do an interview with one of the guys that's been just a hallmark in security for our industry. Many of you might recognize Roger from his days as a leadership of the Honeywell and Tritium Vicon security enterprise efforts. Now Roger is on a different mission. Roger's actually living a dream. When we used to drive mile in and mile out with Roger, he used to say, Ken, one day I'm going to take security from the back the handle of the spear and bring it to the tip. And Roger, congratulations. I think you finally have done it.
Thank you.
Now tell us what you're up to at Jackson Control. As the president of Jackson Control.
Yeah, so it's really exciting to be here at the 2018 Niagara Summit. I'm at Jackson Control, and we're the national Niagara and Honeywell enterprise security distributor. And what we want to do is bring the Niagara security platform into the Niagara 4 environment. So all these connected devices, we're seeing more and more devices, and we see more and more opportunities, right? So what we're going to be showcasing here in the booth today is going to be Niagara 4 enterprise security. That's the platform. That's the connectivity, right? And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we see happening in our world around us that we can, that we can address through the Niagara platform. For instance, active shooters in schools. Active shooters are just on the news every night. Right. So one of the things that we're talking about now is threat level management. Threat level management. In Niagara, you can have up to 255 levels of alarms, of threat level management. So that could go anywhere from, I've got a medium alarm, I've got a low alarm, could be a mudslide, could be a hurricane, could be a tornado, all the way up to, we've got an active shooter in the building. So this chart here just speaks to those levels from Homeland Security about the different levels. And what we've learned about that is the visual indication and the colors. People remember the colors. They know red means, hey, severe. They know green, everything's fine. So the next wave of this in our commercial buildings of connectivity is going to be gunshot detection, shooter detection systems. This integrates with Niagara through the milestone video and through the Niagara framework directly. So there's really two ways you can do this, Kenny. You can put the sensors on the wall, and this particular sensor will pick up muzzle flash through the infrared, and it'll pick up the sound of a gunshot. This technology is 30 years old with 0 false alarms. So we can integrate it through software and an open API. Or we can keep it simple and just use the dry contacts on the back, right? Bring it into an HVAC control system. It does not have to be. What we are doing is two things. We are sensing and we are alarming.
Well, Roger, you know as well as I do that philosophy, people always want to know what's the first step to take. And we go back in security a long ways. You have over 30 years of security experience, and I had some in the Air Force, and we had that principle of the 4 Ds.
Right.
But tell us about what people could do to improve their posture, to get a better feeling about what they're doing, and for like a school district or a hospital or a municipality where we have these just random acts of violence, it seems hopeless. This stuff that you're bringing brings us into a condition where we've got a lot of deterrence and stuff. So just tell us about the philosophy.
Right. Well, the philosophy has been to not just buy widgets, but improve behavior training. And there's a couple of simple dynamics to doing that. One is behavior training through visual and audible and regular training. So you see your kids in school, they're going through lockdown. They're going through tornado and fire alarm drills. We've had fire alarm drills in schools ever since we've been alive, and not one kid's ever died in a school fire, right, in the United States. So it works, the training. If you look up top on my board up here, we've got a light bar that indicates the different colors of the level of the building right now. So when I'm looking at my board of my school in normal, it's green. So everyone in the school can realize, hey, everything's fine. Maybe there's a tornado warning or a suspicious vehicle driving around the parking lot. I just went to a medium threat, a yellow threat. So maybe that just means, hey, stay in your classroom with your teacher until further notice. As an example, I can reset that threat level through a Niagara widget on the graphics. I can reset it with any button or any card. And then, unfortunately, we have to have code red. What this is indicating is, hey, we're in a lockdown situation. Stay where you're at until first responders arrive.
Well, the question is that, Roger, so the bad guy, then he now knows that he's been marked.
Yeah, that's the blue strobe light. See, just think about what we saw on the TV with Sandy Hook and with Columbine and Parkland in Florida. If the guy, it's about seconds. It's not about minutes. It's about seconds. So we're going to take every effort in the concept to let him know we know you're there. We're on the way, and we're going to give all these, everyone in the occupants some sort of indication.
And to your point, we had that incident in Las Vegas, that horrible scene where the guy just
Exactly.
just at random was shooting at folks. And so I think what we're seeing here is that we finally have an effort that really consolidates and brings to a point, dovetail all the security products that were kind of this you got from there, this you got from there. So Jackson Control, your BAS concept is to bring.
Go ahead.
Is to bring a single shop, one-stop shop
Right.
for your entire enterprise, from the granular level,
Right.
from your readers, all the way up to
Right.
your most elaborate and analytic cameras, and bring it through one concept. So tell us a little bit more about the BOSS.
In the BAS.
In the BAS.
Yeah. So, as the Niagara security specialist traveling the United States, working with Stromquist and DMS Controls and everyone, one of the things that we saw that was a problem was, how do I get all these devices and where do I get support?
Right.
So what BAS is at Jackson Control now is Building Automation Security Solutions. And what that is a products marketplace. You can see all the different products on the booth today. You can see cameras from 2 megapixel all the way up to 12. You can see fisheye cameras. You can see multi-imagers. You can see cameras from Axis. You can also see Bluetooth and facial recognition devices. These are devices in the connectivity, the IoT of the building, right? I'm holding in my hand what's called a card cloner. You can buy these on Amazon for $10. So I can literally go up, and this is something that's happening that people are not paying enough attention to. I can go up and I can copy and clone your card, and I can buy a blank down at Staples, and now I can get in the building with you. So the problem, oh, Raj, okay, so that's a problem. How do I solve that, right? The way you solve that, there's only two things you can do today. You either have to go to a very encrypted card called iClass CEOS. That is a SE platform on the operating system. In other words, they're taking the card from firmware to software, right? So it's almost like Niagara sending a new patch. Or what I think is going to take over the industry and most experts, it's called mobile access, or mobile access mobility. So this reader here has got a cell phone. I can literally get in the door with the mobile card reader, right? There it is. So mobile, you cannot copy or clone the mobile phone, right? So that's really a good way, and we all know that everyone has their phone with them all the time, right? Over here I got facial recognition. Facial recognition and fingerprint, so I can, with my face, it'll recognize who I am. We're counting people in and out of the building with these cameras. Built-in analytics in these Honeywell cameras. Really, really nice cameras with trip wires, heat maps, and what I think for the integration to building management is, if we know who's actually in and who is not, boy, can we do magical things to drive energy costs down. Right, so just a whole slew of the products. So BAS at Jackson, we're going to help you design those systems. We're going to help you be successful in Gunshot and in mobile access, Milestone video, Honeywell Max Pro video. We're going to put the whole solution together for you, right? So we can solve these building problems.
Roger, a tough question for you is how are you going to go to market? I mean, I know you have contacts, probably networked as anybody in the industry, in the building automation, building management industry, and you've crossed all the horizons, the Tritium, Vicon, Honeywell. How are you going to take the BAS product to market?
Right. So we've been designated by Honeywell Environmental and Energy Solutions and Honeywell Fire and Security as a national webs distributor, and more importantly, a support mechanism for all the Niagara channel partners. So what we want to do is get the word out for Niagara Enterprise Security. That's what we're all about. We're not about anything else other than Niagara, connectivity, open choice, open protocols, and really just elevating the game in a way that's never been done in the security industry. So we're going to go to market through other distributors, like Stromquist and Company, or like Control Co., which, hey, these are all partners that I've known for years. And we're also going to work together with the Niagara community. If it's a contractor that's on a job that maybe the distributor says, hey, I'm going to bow out on this one, we'll do that. But this is about the community. This is about us as a community connecting the world and for a safer and more energy efficient environment.
Are you going to make this available in Marketplace 2.0?
Yeah, it's funny you would mention that. So Jackson Control and Bass is already on Tritium Marketplace. So we're just in the final stages of tweaking that for 2.0, but we are on Tritium Marketplace. You can visit jacksoncontrol.com, see all of our line card of products, access control, power products, reader products. It's all there, so there's no excuse now why all you guys can't get into this. You've all come to me and said, I have customers that want this. How do I do it?
Now, Roger, I just wanted to let the Control Trends community know that I've already reached out to you. You've already assisted me. Jackson Control has already helped us provide pricing where we used to walk away because we didn't have a complete security solution. And that was problematic throughout, I think, our community. We never had anybody that brought the equipment side together with the overhead solution side, with the support when it comes to technical, because you can get into some hairy situations. So tell us about your new relationship with the community, with Marketplace 2.0.
I want to build a Niagara Enterprise Security distributor-to-distributor relationship. Every local community, we want to get as close to where the opportunities are in your market. So in Pittsburgh, your guys call you call me, we got on the phone, we looked at 3 schools in a couple of short meetings over the web. I mean, we have the technology now with Skype and everything. We can engineer and estimate and design jobs over the phone.
You took the plans, the drawings, you laid it out, you did the camera locations, you helped us out sighting the things, you told us where the optimal locations would be for the JACEs, and it really gave us that technical support where we don't have a whole lot of time sometimes, but there's a project that we'd really like to get a hold of. So this is a solution that I think people, once they get some awareness to this and get some experience, they're really going to get turned on by it, and you guys are going to get really busy.
Yeah, I really think, and I probably, I've done it for 10 years in the Niagara community, that when I'd leave town, it was like, okay, I got this building and this customer that just, I'm his trusted advisor, and he's asking me to do access control and intrusion and video, but Roger, I don't know where to start. Where do I get all this stuff? In the security industry, there's 10 times more wire and probably 100 times more products, right? There's just thousands of them. What I'm going to do is help the Niagara partners cut through all that, all that frustration. We're in the business at Jackson Control and Bass Management of frustration management. So it's not tough to do this. I've spent most of my career at Honeywell doing that, and I just want to share my experiences, my successes, and try to help everyone make our communities much more safer.
It's a very good idea, and never in the history of civilization have we been threatened by more menacing, just out of the blue random acts. And so technology is going to help us solve that.
Right.
So if you, just like every other data, every issue we're talking, you get the data onto the network and you get it to the right people quickly. You can do secondary enunciations. I mean, you can really get down deep into the rabbit hole with this thing. So,
I just want to say one thing. You Niagara guys out there, you are the best in the world at doing this. The security industry has a different business model. Long-term monitoring contracts. They don't have the skill sets and the technology and experience you guys have. I would like to ask and challenge each and every one of you, let's do this one more time, and let's do it in Niagara 4.6 when the enterprise security will be released. And let's find, if it's our own school where our kids go or one of our best customers, and let's do gunshot detection. Let's do facial recognition. Let's put the light bars up. Let's try to create, make a difference. Let's make a difference. And I know that you all trust what we're doing is something that everyone is in need of, right? So Bass is the way to get there.
Okay, Roger, we're going to finish up here by you telling everybody in the Control Trends community how to get a hold of Roger Rebenak in the Bass department.
Okay, so the easiest way is security@jacksoncontrol.com.
Okay.
All right, there's an email, security@jacksoncontrol.com, or you can just go to simply jacksoncontrol.com. There's a